Well, good morning, everybody. It's Kevin Wood. We're doing another spur of the moment social distancing series where we can be anywhere in the world. I'm so excited. It's not quite bright early in the morning, but it feels like it. Kim and I have just had our coffee, or at least I have, and I'm so excited to have you. And I could already see you're in such a beautiful, bright. Are you in Sag Harbor?
I am,
You're in,
yes.
yeah. I love the quilt. I noticed it immediately.
Uh,
So welcome, Kim. First of all,
Thank
welcome.
you. And that's a quilt courtesy of my very talented friend in Massachusetts, who made that.
Wow.
So it was a housewarming. So she's super, super talented.
Super, super
Yeah.
cool to have a friend like that. That must have
Yes.
taken months. So she loves you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She's super talented.
So, the period we're in, and it's this, I like to mark this. This is not a COVID interview, but we should talk about it. What you're personally going through right now through this COVID-19 series here. It's May. No, it's not May. I want it to be May. It's April 10th or 11th right now. What's happening?
Well, first of all, Kevin, thanks for having me
You're
today.
welcome.
And I do miss going to Spur and seeing people there, that's for sure. I'm working on a whole lot of things. I work for, as you know, Star Aqua Center, and right now is not the time necessarily to be going and asking people for their support. So now is a great opportunity for us to really work on our infrastructure. So that's primarily what I'm working on now. We're just making some streamline changes to our branding and to our website and to a lot of our printed materials. And we've recently revised the plan for the pool. So Star Aqua Center is a nonprofit organization, and we are raising money to build an indoor aquatic facility and fitness center for Southampton town residents and beyond.
Wonderful.
And this is a project that this current board has been, and previous board members have really been working hard on for close to 20 years now, or actually
Wow.
years. So, we've gotten some really generous contributions over the years, and we really want to make this happen. So right now we're focused on some infrastructure and maintaining some relationships with some of our donors, and making sure that people are okay. I mean, that's really the name of the game right now, is that our donors in our community are okay. So
Absolutely. So you're the executive director of Star Aqua Center. What was your interest in actually this dream? Because it's a dream. If it's a 20-year situation, you really want this to happen. And I don't think just a little that I know of you already, this is you're not going to stop till it does happen. So why an Aqua Center?
we live in a coastal community, and it's so incredibly important, really, frankly, no matter where you live, that people know how to swim.
Yes.
Children, of course, but adults. I mean, child drownings are the number one or two cause of death for children under 5. So it's an imperative, and the fact that we don't have an indoor aquatic facility for baseline safety of our community members.
Did Southampton Township ever have one, by the way?
No,
That's
not an
incredible.
indoor pool facility. Yeah, I know.
Not even at the college?
No, actually.
Wow.
And that was many years ago. That was really the first place that they were looking to do it. And over the years, lots of things have changed. But
Yeah,
I
right.
personally have not been working on this for 20 years. But there have been a large number of community members that over the years have been hammering through this, that really want to see this happen. There's also amazing opportunities for school kids too, not only at the younger ages of learning how to swim, but then competitive swimming and the scholarships and the discipline and the sense of confidence that offers
Yes.
an awful lot of
It's amazing.
kids. So that's amazing. And frankly, I got going back into the pool because I was trying to avoid foot surgery as an adult. And I got going in the master swim group, and there was an incredible coach, Tim Treadwell, there at the YMCA in East Hampton. And I started to go, and I've been able to avoid surgery as a result of getting back in the water. So at every and any age, swimming is just an incredible opportunity to, you know, float around, have some fun, be a competitor, get back into shape in a less impactful uh,
Wouldn't that
physical.
be wouldn't that be such a great thing to have today? I mean, just social distancing aside, doesn't it take into a real nice mental realm too? I find I have a pool, a large pool, and I find that it's the only time where you could just float on your back and get that relaxation. So I think it's here as well as here. You do 2 weeks of swimming and you use muscles. I use muscles I've never used before. So I
Yeah,
completely agree. It's amazing.
it really is. I mean, it's and also we really see the Star Aqua Center as a community hub for health and fun.
Mhm.
And of course, it's also, we can't forget the fact that this would also offer all of our lifeguards who safeguard us at our beaches, and are at other pool facilities, whether it be at private clubs, etc. This is a facility that would also allow our lifeguards to train on a year-round basis. And that is also a really important component.
Oh, yeah,
So
this is the
I,
necessity.
yeah, it really, it's beyond just a dream. It really is a necessity for our community.
So what's in the way of this? Is this can you talk about the funding that's needed? What is the amount, I'm sure it's millions, that are needed to make this project a reality? And is the location nailed down?
So right now, we Southampton Township has generously, on paper, given us a 2-acre parcel over at Red Creek Park in Hampton Bays.
Okay.
So we know that we have that as a possibility. When we went back in the fall, when I got hired, the president of the board, Josephine DiVincenzi, and the vice president of the board, who is Maria Greenlaw, the three of us went to the town supervisor just to give him an update, and the deputy supervisor, Frank, was also there. And we just wanted to give them an update on all of the incredible progress that the board had made up to that point. So they had done feasibility studies, hired two world-class consulting firms, and SFA, which is Sports Facility Advisory. They build sports facilities all over the country. And they often work with another company called Councilman Hunzinger, which was started actually by a coach and an Olympic swimmer.
Okay.
And they actually advise people just like us who want to build an aquatic facility for their community. So that the current board actually hired them to help us to do some feasibility studies and to advise us on community needs and location, et cetera. As we went to go and actually update Supervisor Schneiderman, we let him know all of this great progress, the feasibility study, these beautiful donor booklets that had been done that had, numbers, and the fact that they had made a significant, step forward as well in hiring someone like me full time to really work on this and see this through. So we wanted to give them an update, as I mentioned. So we did that. And during that meeting, there was a lot of enthusiasm about how this was now gaining some serious traction. And so we started to discuss some other possible properties that were more in the Southampton town proper.
Hmm.
Also, with the recent pool opening at Suffolk Community College, located in Riverhead.
It's close by the Hampton Bays location. Yeah.
Right. So that was, now when we talk about servicing the residents of Southampton Township, we're talking about residents that go from Remsenburg, as far west as Remsenburg, all the way out to Wainscott. So when you talk about trying to serve the residents of Southampton Town by considering moving it a little bit further east, we're now more effectively,
Sure. Concentric.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was another reason to consider. Um, we also know that the potential to raise more support may also be there, and ultimately, it's really a question of, will we get this facility built or not? So, we want to just open every door. We want to look at every option. And so, right now, we're working very closely with the town and the village to just do the rest of our due diligence on potential other locations. And if we go back to the Hampton Bays location, then
So
that's
be it.
then
Yeah,
that's what's meant to be.
you were
But
right.
we just want to make sure that we
No
do
doubt.
everything we need to do.
Yeah, you want to exhaust your searches and get all your possibilities out. Speaking of opening doors and, finding new people, so to speak, has the Spur played a part in that regard, in terms of meeting new people and possibilities?
Well, what I love so much about being a member at the Spur is that every time I go in there, I feel like there's an energy in there that, you know, people are, there's a sign in the Southampton location that says innovation. And there's an energy there where
Right. A
there's
get things done energy, right?
totally, and people that are thinking outside the box, creative ways that, they're starting or running their own businesses. So I love the energy. And sometimes, you'll go in there and you don't talk to anybody because you've got stuff to do. But
Hmm.
um, I love the vibe. I feel like there's a lot that the Spur and uh, Ashley certainly really tries to deliver. And I feel like there's a constant uh, thought
Community.
process around
Yeah,
how
it's a
to make
community thought
value.
process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And I think he's always looking to up the value for his members. And I think there's a lot to be said for that too.
No
Um,
doubt. Speaking of Ashley and his entrepreneur spirit, have you been trying the honest plates? But don't you have something to do with that possibly?
no,
You
actually,
don't. Okay.
no, but I was a board member of Slow Food East End for many years, and
Okay.
um, now with my new role with Star Aqua Center, I really wanted to put my focus on this. But I absolutely was one of their pilot pilot people.
Best.
Amazing food,
Yeah, I just had it. I love it. I just had it. I had
amazing food.
four dishes. Yeah, all awesome.
I know. I have to say the ceviche was my one of my all-time favorites. The soups are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The chefs are just, they're really talented, and they're really delivering, I think. Once again, a completely great, New Year was when they introduced this in January. And, everybody's kind of thinking about a renewal and kind of doing
Hmm.
differently,
Hmm.
more healthfully. Great time to introduce something like
No
that.
doubt. And back to the community, that the thought process of a community kitchen is growing more and more. You usually see this in San Francisco. You see it in New York City. I think through these changes we're experiencing now, you're going to see a lot of it on the other side of this centralized chef-based cooking distributed out rather than or in addition to restaurant style cooking. It just seems like something that'll come out on the other side of this, I think.
Yeah.
So that's cool to know. I just want to, I want to let people know about the website, which is staraquacenter.com. What can they learn about, and what should the average Southampton community resident know about? How can they help? Is there something that they can do to spread the word? Or is this just about to happen in such a way that you'll be calling upon people to support this?
So we had some kickoff events scheduled, like so many nonprofits. I would say that despite the fact that this has been an organization in the making for many years, we were still in a relatively quiet stage of fundraising. But you can absolutely, I think the key for us right now is that we're trying to identify our campaign committee. And those folks that we're really looking for are ones that can really support us in a significant way, and then in turn also, gather a little bit of community support in light of that. That's
I mean, is it
where
is
we
it fair
are.
is it fair to say that the organization is looking for high dollar investors? Is that a fair assumption?
Yes. At
Okay,
this point, we're looking for significant contributions, and that's really going to add to what we have now already started.
sure.
Um, in addition to that, we are also accepting donations on our website. We are migrating from the .com to .org, but you can still go to
Okay.
staraquacenter.com and it will be redirected to .org because .org speaks to the nonprofit. Um,
So what's here is a donation page, and the numbers that we were talking about are, not unlike what I thought they would be, $25 million with $600,000 annual operations. Now, I don't know if that's, you know, uh, so to speak, final, but large pool centers cost a lot of money.
Yeah, well, and that I should also say that that's part of what we are modifying now,
Okay.
because we recently modified the plans from a three pool to a two pool facility plus a fitness center. We're now looking at construction costs that are below 20,000, which would also, with
You
that
you mean
number
you
also
mean tw you
includes.
mean 20 million. You mean 20 million,
Yeah, so we're
right?
looking really more towards the 19-20 million dollar project. Uh,
Okay.
we feel that the pool facility and a fitness center is actually going to more effectively, really serve the community. And that would be a competitive lane pool, plus more of a recreation style pool that would also have a number of lanes, an area for with a slide, and a kids area, and then also an area for aqua therapy, not aqua therapy, but aqua classes.
Okay. So someone could at least sign up here for newsletters and being part of the support, which I'm going to do. I'm
Yes.
learning about this real time, and I can tell you that I hope that this interview allows people to learn about the project. I think it's wonderful. I do think this is a necessity for
Yeah, it's
sure.
really important. And I just, again, I just give so much credit to the people that have been a part of this for a really long time. I know that the president of our board, as I mentioned, Josephine DiVincenzi, she was the principal of the Southampton School for many, almost 20 years. And one of the reasons that she has stuck with this program and really wants to see this through is that, two kids drowned while she was
Ah,
principal. And that I just she's a fantastic leader, and though she is not herself an avid swimmer, she recognizes the importance of the safety component, the fitness component, the fun component. And like I said, we're a coastal community.
hmm,
It's just it's really a necessity, and a year
absolutely.
round accessible facility. So it will be quite similar to the Y out in East Hampton,
Hmm.
and so we're really excited to, I think, finish up the foundational stuff. Similar to you going to the website now, we're migrating over to the .org, cleaning up a lot of the things, changing the numbers, letting people know that we're making this a facility that we've listened to the community, that a three pool facility felt a little too, well, we're not going towards the splish splash.
Sure, sure.
Amusement park Disneyland,
No, no,
a
no.
little a little excessive. And additionally, we listened to the community on revising the plan to include a fitness center. So, if you have a child that's taking swimming lessons and you want to get a quick workout in, it's a great way to do that. If you're a person who wants some low impact, it's going to be a great facility for you too. So,
I have firsthand experience. I'll tell you just a really quick story. I used to belong to a community in the Poconos. It was a private community, very nice, and we built a similar. It was a $12 million facility up there in Pennsylvania, and I mean, invaluable.
Mhm.
invaluable. And all the members chipped in. We paid for it over the years. So I'm sure you've looked at those models and what's possible in that regard too. A little bit different because this was a closed, private community. But I'll tell you that the center just became, especially during those winter months, it just became. I mean, you can only ski, and not everybody skis by any means.
Yeah.
And then you have this, and everybody can do it. So that's the value I see here.
Well,
Um,
Kevin, and I want to emphasize a couple of really quick things. And once again, I really appreciate the opportunity
you're welcome.
just to talk about this because, um, I heard a very inspiring story recently about a woman who saved cans for 30 years and built a community pool for her community. I believe it was out in Oklahoma. And it was amazing because she actually was the first one. She's now in her early 90s. She saved up, all these nickels and dimes from saving cans. And she ended up being able to save enough money and raise a little bit of community support. And they built this pool. And she was the
Wow.
first one to get in the pool. And it happened pretty recently. Anyway, we live in a community where we have a lot of people with a lot of means that could support this community in a super meaningful way, especially for those of us who live here on a year-round basis, because that's primarily when an aquatic center is used, both from a school standpoint and from a workout standpoint. We all want to be outside and swimming in the bays and oceans, or our pools, at other times of the year. So we do have the resources out here, and we do have the need.
Hmm.
And so I really would say that the best ways you could support us are to contact me personally if you're interested in being on our campaign committee or getting more involved. We do have right now scheduled in a movie premiere of Waterproof, which is all about the East Hampton Lifeguard Association.
Hmm.
It's really it's all about water safety and building community around just swimming and enjoyment. It's an amazing film, and I highly recommend it. We'll be showing that hopefully on June 28th at Southampton Arts Center, should we all be
Oh,
out of our homes by then. Um, and there'll be more about that on our website.
okay.
But and also just you can go to our website, you can donate through the website, which is fantastic. We greatly appreciate it. And come out, support us at the uh, movie premiere of Waterproof on the 28th of June. Let's
Hmm.
hope we all get to go out and enjoy our summer this year and get some swimming in. And like I said, if there's any other way that you want to get involved on a more significant level, I'm here and very willing to talk it through.
Wonderful. So once again, we're talking to Kim Folks, Executive Director, Star Aqua Center. The website, again, to get involved and to message you, right, would be staraquacenter.com, soon to be .org, but they can certainly get there. Another spur of the moment interview, courtesy of the fine folks at the Spur in Southampton. That's right at the train tracks. Thank you for your time this morning, Kim. We look forward to your success and joining in it.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
You're welcome.